My big concern is, does she just know us, or does she know those other members of the team that you guys have told me about before I joined?
She probably does, actually.
Well, at least one of them would never join her.
I can't see any of them joining her. Same question again, back to Raven. Is Zane with her? Where the heck happened there?
Sigh.
What?
Someone just went badump.
Yeah, someone
It was Michael. It was Michael who went badump.
Oh, Michael went to AFK.
He returns.
Okay, he returns.
Yeah, I call alive.
So,
Maybe.
for the third time, I'll ask the question: is Zane with them?
I believe so.
Great.
Is there anyone else that we might know of?
Hoped you wouldn't come to this.
Yeah. Let's go to
Raya,
that.
Yeah?
I think you might get your wish.
Creepy smile on face.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Normally I'd be creeped out by that, but this time I'm going to allow it.
Despacito.
Well, thank you, old friend.
Also going, why are you telling me I'm married? Jesus Christ.
There's something we could try.
Go
Hello?
on.
Does she know all of us?
Does she know all of us? We don't know. Go on. What's your plan?
I
want to say it out loud just in case.
bring out. Okay, I bring out the Zentaran ring. I put it on my finger and just say, "You're all my prisoners now."
All of us. It'd probably make more sense for me to be a prisoner.
Well, either way, we can destroy them from the inside, can't we?
Sounds good to me.
It's worth a try.
Now the problem is that I have either disguise self or the wristband. What would be more convincing?
Disguise self, probably.
Disguise self also disguise your voice.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
I would say the wristband, because if they're
I have a question. I have a question. Why not both?
True.
Why
It's just the fact that if they're this big organized crime syndicate thing, if we were going up against Zentarum, I think they'd have some sort of things in place to detect disguise self and magics.
Yeah, the wristband might be a better bet.
The wristband actually changes you completely.
It's not an illusion.
Yeah.
I can go with that, but would it make sense for all of us to be prisoners or just me?
I mean, why don't we just destroy them from the inside out?
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
There's good numbers with force. Or force with numbers, even.
Strength in numbers, I think, is the one you
Even
want.
then, does she want you alive or dead?
I think I'm worth more alive.
So
she'd want me alive, trust me.
So
At least we get the money out of it.
It's not like you'd be all out, just immediately shanked as soon as you went in.
No, she would want me alive.
So I mean, I can get in. I can get in relatively. No matter where they are, as long as I know where they are, I can get in. Because I can be anything.
Fair enough.
Kaelin can be anything as well.
Mm-hmm. Probably become as a red dragon.
Do the rest of them know? No, the two know me, but do the rest of them know me? That's a question.
Apparently, Kriv is in the distance yelling, "Destroy my ancient employers!"
Well, to be fair, we'll only be destroying one section of your ancient employers. So... it won't be... It'll be the two people we need to worry about will be her and Zane. And I just hope that Zane's under a spell.
Doesn't sound like it. I mean, he tried to kill me and Yago.
I hope so too, but I doubt it.
If they're tracking us, would it be worth me disguising myself before we get to Waterdeep, or should I do it when we get there?
Probably before. If they're looking for us, they'll be monitoring all the ships coming in, so probably before Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to make a convincing disguise. Don't follow me.
Alright, bye.
Everyone
Brian,
follow.
help Brian.
Everyone follows.
Alright.
Follows.
That's just my
She's on the
distraction.
boat.
How
That's
did
just
she,
my
how
way
did
of
she lift up that bear? She got out of the bear.
I got up.
Oh, you got up.
And is no
I'm
longer a
going
bear.
I'm going to go pet the raven.
This is what happens when you daydream.
No, pet the raven.
Me go and pet the raven? Okay, I'll pet.
I want to pet the raven.
Raven bites.
Ow!
It's the raven.
Fentwick.
Sean,
Yes.
can I pet the raven?
I mean, you can pet the raven.
Fentwick.
I pet the raven.
Fentwick has a small conversation.
With the raven.
Speak.
I mean, the raven is a familiar.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's no fun.
Wait, what's your captain? Is your captain like a hook or something?
No, he was a man. He was human. He kept a raven in his cabin. It was this raven.
Yeah,
He seemed to be.
fascinating creature.
I never figured out who he got his orders from. He's always very secretive about what he was doing. I never figured out who he got his orders. Actually, to be honest, no, I kind of figured it. Now that I've met her, I think I know who it is.
How long you known
At the
him
time.
anyway?
For about one moment, while I just consult some notes.
Wait a minute while I remember the number of years it's been.
You
It
see
has
Talon pull them out.
Oh. 16 years.
16 years.
15 years, I'm going to say, make it round.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I thought he went down with his ship near Port 9 Zaru.
Okay, I got a disguise.
Go on, this should be good.
Disguise. Right, I just need to double check with John to see if this is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Briar
Bring it
comes...
in, girl.
Well, Briar, you would assume Briar comes up the stairs. She is now...
Okay, the same as before.
Yeah, it's fine.
She now looks a lot taller. She's about 5'7" now. She
So taller than you.
has her ears are now pointed, resembling that of a half elf. Her hair is dark, is kind of in a long plait down her front, like kind of braid. She has a much more serious look than she had before. She looks to be about late 20s.
Talon is suddenly very glad she didn't have this idea while she was under the love potion.
Oh, boy, that would have been terrible.
She goes up and she... Alright, I may have to practice toning down the accent, but what do you think?
It looks good.
I think it looks very good.
I...
Might as well give you a new name as well.
Yes, I thought of one.
Yeah? What is it?
Galsori.
Galstory?
Yes.
Yeah, good work. Good work.
Who are you?
Shut up, Yaggle.
Wait, is this a new recruit we have? Welcome.
Yes.
So,
You're
Can I
Hello,
just-
Story.
can I just make this clear?
Yes.
Amy, who currently plays about 7 different games of D&D, is in one of the D&D games playing a character who is playing another character.
D&D
Deception. Yay! Yeah!
Alright. To be fair, I don't play in that. I played Galsori once in a session which I have since dropped out of, but yes.
I thought I recognised the name.
Galsori Windsorus.
I'm convinced.
But yes.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to work on the accent and everything.
Good, because you sound a bit like a tiefling edgelord at the moment, if I'm honest.
Sound good to me.
Well, shush.
I'm also still looking at, like, Briar, just looking at me confused, like, who are you?
I'm just wondering, is it? Oh,
Just
You're such an idiot.
someone tell Yaghol, please.
no,
It's right, yeah,
it's more fun to leave in like this. It's great.
Yeah, I might if we tell him now, he might...
John, can I make a perception check, please?
I mean, this, as far as you can see, is a 30-year-old female half-elf. But also, there was nobody else on the ship.
So,
I need to know if Yaghol knows it's Briar.
Make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence
Oh
check.
boy, this
We
always
haven't
goes
done it
so
yet.
well.
It goes
And
so well, don't
and
it?
you've been rolling so well tonight. No!
Shaking my head. Nope. It's just stuck in my head.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Yaghol wanders off just yeah, and he's really
Like little hearts coming off his head.
he's really pondering it, and he's like starting to write down like Briar and Kaelin and Luna and Brian and Kaelin and Luna.
It doesn't make sense.
Wait, I'm writing them down, just like.
Yeah,
He just
try and write down
writing the names down of everybody on the boat, and then writing the names down again, and like counting everybody. And you can't work out where Briar's gone and where this new one came from just yet.
Guys, I'm just gonna check downstairs.
Oh boy, I love him. Why
And-
would he go on the side of the boat?
I'm just gonna check this.
That's how you go
Do that,
downstairs.
then to go to the stairs and then go over there.
You never got to go
Oh,
here.
where's the immersion in that?
Guys, I don't mean to alarm you, but we've lost Briar.
Kaelin just
Okay,
basically
I'm
puts
sure
her
she's
hand
around
straight to
dear.
the elven Briar. I'm like, seriously?
Does no one care about Briar? Guys, this is serious.
Yeah, Cole. I'm sure she's safe.
Okay.
She's
okay.
fine.
Okay, I trust
She's
you.
fine. Bryce is trying not to giggle.
And several hours pass, and you continue to cut your way through the water, and eventually, Briar's wandering around enjoying the fact that she is now of adult height
And age.
and age,
I
and
wonder. There's some spire.
I like the hair, Kaelin.
Thank you.
Where do we get a barber on the ship?
Excuse me.
you had a fire elemental. Works about the same.
Okay.
And eventually, Kaelin and Talon manage to find themselves wherever
here we are.
Kaelin wants to have a conversation with him.
Oh shit, I'll move.
Oh, okay.
Really? I just said. Dawn.
I know you just said, but I'm saying it's happening.
It's
Okay.
happening now.
I don't know what to say. That's the problem.
Well,
Talon is waiting for you to speak to him. He's got that sort of like glazed look that NPCs get when they're not doing anything.
he's
Yeah,
just
like
got a
that.
question mark floating over his head.
God damn it.
He's looking in one direction.
Yeah, there's some music coming from over there. It's awful.
It's horrible. I feel like me and you are not exactly quite similar with our stories, aren't we?
How so?
Well, for once, there's the similarities where your own spouse is chasing after you. So,
We'll see.
well, that's pretty much what's happening to me at the moment as well. I am married to an orc named Maud. Several years
In
ago.
God's name, did you manage that?
I don't fucking know.
Hang on. Can we hear over this conversation?
I think it's probably just like a quiet one between
It's
us.
it's a quiet whispered conversation
Okay,
between the two of them.
not
So
shouting then.
Did you really marry him? Did you really fall in love with him?
Yeah, he was kind. He really helped out our family.
Then I think our stories are more different than you think.
Well, that's one thing, is that he's chasing after me for a mistake I made. And I should have not done it in the first place.
Is that why you're still here? Is that why you came with us?
Yeah,
You're still with us?
I honestly didn't think I would be here, to be honest with you. Way before I was turned to stone, I made a deal with somebody that didn't realizing that was going to cause me so much trouble. I just
Would that be
wanted
something to do with a certain bar we had last time we ran into my backstory? Never mind, I won't say that. The last time we ran into my backstory, we had
we both kind of had a bit of a problem.
both had a backstory in that one, didn't we?
Definitely.
Well,
I did something that was against his clan rules. I abused the clan rules, and ever since then he's been chasing after me. I wish I can just go back and just sit, but I've gone too far where I don't think sorry could be anything now.
At least you still have that hope.
I don't think I do.
Trust me, after you've seen this one, you'll be glad that you're in your situation.
Just I'm worried about what's going on here right now, like with everyone else.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's not just that, it's the deal I made. I feel like it could affect everyone in the I feel like it's going to affect everyone else.
Well,
I'm worried for their health and safety.
when it comes, we'll deal with it, just like we dealt with it before. Whatever happens, as long as we stay together, we can deal with anything. We're more than because we're more than a team. We're a family, aren't
We are, yeah.
No, I'm still saying it. We're a family.
Yeah, we're a family still. Don't care what you say. Hey. I never knew I get myself into this situation. I've visited myself with everyone in my past. I isolated myself. I had no one else to turn to. I just before when I took that ring, I knew it was just going to be forever. Life now. Just really surprised that I was woken from that stupid ring.
Well, I'm glad you're with us.
Are you really though? I could easily cause you a lot of trouble.
I'm causing us trouble right now.
Just our trouble. What are you talking about?
See? She knows what's up.
True.
Look, whatever happens, we'll face it together. We'll all face it together.
And at about this time, it's been 2 or 3 hours since Yaghol started. He suddenly goes, "Briar's in disguise!"
The bit of paper he was writing on's got various maths.
It's that picture with the woman with like all the equations about her face and
There's got loads of equations, and then there's also a game of tic-tac-toe.
No,
Well-
you know, like in The Hangover when he's playing blackjack.
yeah. Yeah, all the equations start flying over.
Okay, yeah, I'm just pointing at Briar like that.
That's Briar.
You're a genius.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
You don't understand how happy I am.
You have no idea.
I have a question, John. Are we going to the big encounter tonight, or are we having it?
No, it'll be coming up soon.
That's good.
There's
I asked for other reasons, actually. Yeah.
There's another thing there's another thread of this evening's session that I wish to finish before we finish the session.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Let's do it.
Sean,
Yes.
Do it.
the sun starts to set.
Oh,
Oh god,
Oh,
I
damn
just
it.
realised that.
And we're going out to the hide.
And it's time for you to decide whether to scry or not.
Kind of is at the wheel, nods, yeah, and goes below deck.
Wait, what?
oh shit.
Is he doing it?
Oh shit.
Is he doing it?
Yes, comfortable.
Aww.
Get out the crystal ball.
I'm so confused.
I will send you a message.
Okay, send me a message.
And casts it. So if I tap the little thingy, all that.
It's a long old spell. It doesn't actually fit on my chat window in the...
The target needs to make a save.
So
Familiarity.
I'm gonna guess you're familiar with your... Who are we targeting?
I think he would target his mother in the hopes that his sister would be there as well.
Well,
Okay.
would they, in that case, would they fail the saving throw?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You cut out.
Just reading the description. Basically, would they want to be found, or would they not want to be found?
They don't necessarily know that it's happening.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, if they knew it was happening, if you were knowing that at some point Fenthwick will be scrying on you, you can fail it, but they don't know it's coming.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you're familiar with them.
Yes.
Which gives them a -5 to the roll.
Yes.
Do you have anything of theirs?
I was thinking that he would have taken something to remember them by, like something small, like a, I don't know, handkerchief or something like that.
So that gives
Well,
another
you have yourself.
-4.
I mean, unfortunately, I didn't think to take one of their fingers before they went missing.
It's inconvenient. So we're at -9 to whatever I roll. And because they're, I'm gonna guess, a commoner, I just get a straight D20 roll.
Shit.
And it's for my spell save.
-9.
So that is well and truly a fail.
Sweet.
Oh no.
So Fenthwick, you focus the spell, and your eyes dim, and your senses are pulled from the ship, and you fly over water, and you move over land, and your focus draws down into a cart. And this is a cart designed for transporting people who don't wish to be transported.
This is so true.
They are... Your mum is the only person in the back of the cart at the moment. Chained hands together. And you watch for a few minutes as the cart rolls along. And eventually it comes to a stop in the middle of a town somewhere. And the back of the cart swings open. And you sense that somebody else gets into the cart. And your senses look up at them. And it is a tiefling who seems to notice that you are watching and smiles at you.
Ooh. Wait.
What kind of
A female tiefling.
color?
Jeff,
Okay. Yes. Hello.
what colour?
Blue.
A blue-skinned female tiefling.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Smiles directly at you. And then waves a hand, and your senses are just thrust back into your body.
Does Fenthwick wish to share any of that with the rest of the group?
He's not there.
No,
I know he's not. No, he's downstairs. I'm just asking, would he want to share that with the rest of the group? Because, wow.
Herbs.
He sits alone, trying to control himself.
I'm actually really pissed.
You are.
I-
I'm.
upset.
This is genuinely the first time somebody has made me hate a character even more than I hated them.
Wow.
Like,
That's.
And has had Talon described his wife to him?
I'm going to say, you know, you know that I would have said that she, when we had a discussion before, she's a blue tiefling with long, dark blue hair.
And was that pretty much what I just saw?
That would match the description, yes.
I stormed back upstairs. She has my mother.
What?
Who has your mother?
Your fucking wife.
what?
What?
The fuck?
I saw she was in the cart and she was chained, and then she got in. She saw me. She saw me. And
Did you see where they were?
I just saw a cart. They were transporting my mother in a cart, and then your wife got in, and I don't know what she was going to do. I don't know if she was just checking on her, or I don't know. I can't tell where they were.
They were in a town.
They were in a town, though.
Can I pull Fenwick in a hug, please?
Oh my god.
Sean.
I just turned to look at Briar wide-eyed.
He would be pulled into that. You don't think he'd reciprocate it, but he'd be kind of like too in shock at the fact that
I pull him into a hug.
Your wife's a slaver.
I'm not surprised.
How did you not know that?
She wasn't a slave last time yet. She'd do anything to get ahead, to get money.
This is not good situation.
No,
Lunar
it's not.
coughs from the water, and she kind of coughs to try and get people's attention.
Yes.
Yes.
But considering both me and Kaylin come from noble families, we have access to an information network. We might be able to locate a specific blue tiefling who may be transporting a woman of certain descriptions.
She has a point. We might be able to track her.
It's not unheard of for a noble family to want to purchase a slave, and being as eccentric as I'm known to be.
Do you pay your...
If I were to want to purchase a slave of a specific description...
You think you have the power to do that?
I think I do. I'm well known among nobility as being the most eccentric, as spending my father's money quite wildly in a desperate attempt to anger him, because I can't stand his disgusting, slimy human guts. So...
Slay, girl, slay.
It would be perfectly feasible for me to go out and suddenly decide I want to buy a slave.
And, Briar, do you still want to go ahead with your plan?
She's looking very disgusted at you and just says, yes.
Okay.
When we get to my place, we'll start the plan.
Back.
How long do we take until...
And with that, we'll call this session to a close.
That was a great way to finish.
I have more to say.
Oh, apparently Briar has more to say.
I could forgive you for all the Centauran stuff. But you've brought more trouble than we deserve now. Don't laugh at me!
Wait till you meet her. I was taking in as much as you. She used me as much.
She hasn't taken us in.
She took me in.
That was just bad judgment on your part.
Yeah, plus the fact she put me under a spell.
Yeah, and I mean, who's gonna say no to having sex with
Was
a
it
really
really
hot blue skin?
Was it really? Was it really a spell? Or was it just your stupid naivety?
No, it was a spell. Trust
Wow.
me. I know what she's done. She tried at me later. She tried at me again. I know what she's like.
Oh, good.
You're not even.
She'd walk over anybody to get what she wants.
You're not even apologetic.
What do you want me to say?
Apologize to him. He's your friend.
He can't be held responsible for the
No.
choices.
No, he doesn't hold responsible for her actions. It's her actions, not his.
It's
Do
not
not blame Talon for any shit, okay?
Don't blame Talon for his burden. It's not his burden.
It's his connection, which is probably the reason this has happened. This is not just coincidence.
As far as I'm concerned, right? He barely knew about the slavery.
No, she's right. This is all to get. This must be a plot. This is all just to get back at me. To get me. Briar.
Wow, Talon, you have such a big ego. Oh my god.
They're using it. They're
You
using her to stop me helping. She's probably going to do the same to every one of you that she knows.
We have to get to her.
You may get to your mother, Kaylin. She's not even there. She could have been taken for all I know.
No, we need to get there faster.
We have to get to her. We have to stop her.
Then let's speed up.
Briar. I said you could kill her. You can kill her if I fail.
Gladly. The end.
And with that, I'm going to call this to a close. Through judicious uses of control water, you guys can make it to Waterdeep in a further 3 days. Briar, can you just make me 3 Constitution saving throws, please?
Okay.
Last thing we need is for you to fail them.
16.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
22.
yes.
So the middle one is a fail,
Okay.
but the other 2 are passes.
Awesome.
Yay!
Oh, is that because the DC increases each time?
The DC changes, yes.
So she's at 44 now.
Rat Damon.
How is percent for this? Oh shit.
How can you still speak as sub? I never took it away.
Oh my god.
What the?
Wait, what is this?
When you are set in charge of an NPC or another character, you can talk
on here.
as that character.
Is this some sort of 4-4 breaking?
No, it's way back when we first went to Brinchan.
My very first session.
We were all put in charge of NPCs,
Oh right, so you have full
and so
control.
we can talk as.
That was my very first session.
That is brilliant.
My balls are tingling.
Okay, guys. With that segment of drama and apparently my ability to make a character so despicable
Oh,
that
wow.
that Briar hates
Even
her
though-
now
even-
even more.
Even
I'm
though
just
I
gonna
didn't see that
take
one coming.
I'm gonna take this cactus and just hold it close. We're gonna wrap up this session. We'll be back tomorrow night for some Minecraft. We'll be back on Thursday night for some something, and Friday for some something else.
Server.
But
Oh, God,
we
sorry.
need hashtag kill the wife team to become a thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think it's another round of Talon on Wednesday, isn't it?
Is it another round of what?
I think it's another round of Talon's Happy Fun Time Adventures on Wednesday.
Wednesday will be some more of Talon's Happy Fun Time Adventures.
It's
so-
a nice breather. It's a nice breather episode.
It's another nice segment of the story that he just spilled out in the 2 or 3 hours that you spent chatting on the ship today.
Nothing to worry about at all.
Everything's fine. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with more of this. I'll be back next Sunday night with Tomb of Annihilation, where a boar and a lion learn to get along, and maybe they find a meerkat. Maybe they don't. Who knows?
I mean, John's already calling me Simba. It's ridiculous.
I've been calling you Simba, and I've been calling Maddie Piglet.
Pumbaa.
Oh, no, not Pumbaa.
I couldn't be bothered to spell Pumbaa.
It is literally P-U-M-B-A.
A.
B-A.
Piglet was more fun.
Piglet's more cuter.
Piglet's a pig. Pumbaa is a boar.
Pumbaa's a warthog.
Yeah, but that's still closer to a boar than a pig is.
Pumbaa.
Anyway, We'll be
Yeah.
back for those. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you to Romeo and to... Let's actually switch over to the credits that we don't normally run, but hey...
Give credits?
We actually...
He literally just young. I was like, wait, you're Briar?
Thank you to our new followers. Thank you to our mods. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys around real soon. For now, farewell.
Bye.
Bye bye. Scream now.
Adios.
Amigo.
Am I like the gag character